We got the intro.
Live your day positive. It's Juice WRLD. Back from the grave. Good to see you back, Juice WRLD. 20 seconds. It's Mike Nintendo Master. 10 seconds. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and the NFL trade deadline is less than 1 week away, and the New England Patriots already got ahead of schedule. Now, if these trades would have went down probably at about 4 Eastern time, maybe even 3 Eastern time, we would have went live. But it was after I got back home. I got it out to as quick as possible. Keion White is on his way to the San Francisco 49ers, and Kyle Duggar is on his way to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome into Patriots Today, live by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. It is a big week for the New England Patriots, a huge week for the New England Patriots. They've already been sellers. Shipped off 2 people, and there's big rumors that they could be buyers heading into next week's trade deadline. Whether that's a running back, I don't think so. Or if that's going to be a wide receiver, a pass rusher, anybody in between. We got you covered here. But you also have a Week 9 matchup against the Atlanta Falcons. Michael Penix Jr. is most likely going to be back. And hopefully you can win your 6th straight game and go into 7-2 on the season. I see 118 people in the chat right now. Let me know where you're watching from. I see Tasobi in there all the way out in Germany. Mike Nintendo Master, how's it going, my guy? Ness Force, he says, are we meant to be life partners? Ace, we are back. Let's go, Pats. Drake May fan, we're locked in. Richie, we traded for Myles Garrett. Look, Jeremy Fowler said, I wouldn't be surprised if Myles Garrett was going out for a trade. He was going to be traded. And then Adam Schefter said, yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Oh, man. Mike Nintendo Master. You are something else, my guy. Jared Allen, what's good? Mr. Swiss Auto. Oh, man. GC Sports watching from Purdue University. Doug Simmons says Jeffrey Simmons. Look, the Titans have said, we're trading everybody and anybody except for Cam Ward and Jeffrey Simmons. So I would love Jeffrey Simmons to be a New England Patriot, but that's just not happening. JJ Knox, Oakland, Maryland. Dudettes, Southern New Hampshire. Nick Hendricks says he's watching from Kroger, the dairy aisle. Oh, man. We should try to go for Myles. Look, if they want a first round, 2 first-round picks for Myles Garrett, give it to me. Make him a New England Patriot. I do not care. I do not care how much it costs. It is a Hall of Famer. He just got 5 sacks on you. Bring him in. Liam McCoy says Jordan Addison. I agree 100%. Your boy Trav, I see you in the chat right now. If you're ready for it to be Sunday, it's Wednesday. Now that it's like the Patriots are back, the Patriots are good again, you're getting excited. I hate Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Get me to Sunday. Get me to Sunday already. Fear Stick, shout out Long Island, New York. Hey, shout out the 516 if you're in Nassau County, brother. Keith Cushman, LFG, watching from your dairy department up here in Vancouver, Canada. Is it cold up there? Is it cold up there yet? Spam your Annies down in the chat. So I didn't give away the signed picture just yet because it was the month-long raffle for October. And if you guys didn't know, we're giving away this bad boy. And it finally came in the mail. It finally came in the mail. We were given a picture of it, but now we have the actual thing. $5 super chat gets you a raffle in to win this bad boy. And you can see the fans secure. It is authentic. Authentic. And we want to give it away, and we're going to give it away on Sunday. Bruce, the big trade news is that the Patriots made 2 trades.
2, count them, 2 marshmallows.
What are the odds, Gonzalez Productions? Well, you can also, we have our mailbag as we always do. But like I said, last chance to get into the raffle. We're giving it away on Sunday. $5 super chat gets you a raffle ticket. Vicious Tuna just made it. All good, Mike Nintendo Master. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Hope you hit the thumbs up icon on your way out. We got 160 people in the chat right now. Bruce, no, there's trade news and rumors. The Patriots, they made 3 moves yesterday. So I'm sorry if I disappoint you. Gonzo Prods, you do not have to super chat to get in the mailbag. All you got to do is type in hashtag Patriots down in the comments section. Down in the comments section. We got a Falcons Patriots preview for us today. I was going to talk about Cam Newton's bad comments, but it was all about the trade news. All about the trade news that we did. All about the trade news that we did. And the buyers, I think that the Patriots still could be traded. Maybe we'll talk about Cam Newton's bad comments tomorrow. How he called, he's just been giving slander to Drake Maye over and over. And it kind of pisses me off. Kind of really pisses me off. Thank you, Bruce. Sorry if I disappointed you, but I still appreciate you tuning in. I mean, you probably would have tuned in anyway. And we also got our mailbag answering all the questions. Joshua Santos coming in with a 10. That gives you 2 raffle tickets for the picture. Hopefully these moves mean we are clearing up space for an elite level pass rusher like Hendrickson, Crosby, or Myles Garrett. It's going to take, you have plenty of cap space. You have $60 million worth of cap space right now. So it's not about the cap at all. It's not about the cap space at all when it comes to the Patriots. Next year, you got about 60, and you just got off the books for next year. I think it's in reality a bigger picture. Getting rid of those guys, maybe you have to sign Christian Gonzalez to an extension at some point. Your boy Trav, we need a linebacker or an edge rusher. I think you need an edge rusher. I'm not going to go linebacker. Cam's jealous that Maye's already a better QB than he's ever been. 100%. See, Gonzo Prods, that is a great question, and since you use hashtag Patriots, that will get you on the mailbag.
So, quick question for you.
Yes, Falcons host.
Falcons host, Moosey Goosey.
Producer Moose.
And it's a really tough time to be a Falcons fan right now.
It's very tough to be a
They
Falcons
stink.
fan.
They're really bad at football. Can you please not beat us up too bad? That's all I'm asking. Please.
Look, I saw Big Daddy Joe in the comments. He said, another trap game? I'm going to keep talking trap game because it keeps working. It keeps working. You're calling them a trap game, but the Patriots keep winning these games. Keep winning these games and winning these games and winning these games. I want to be on a 6-game winning streak. Ashton, no, I just went to Kentucky. I'm from the Northeast. I just went to Kentucky. Jose Cruz Torres. Thumbs, are we geared up for a blockbuster trade? I hope so, man. So, who was it that... Mike Florio I saw this morning. He was talking about A.J. Brown. And he was like, they're making him available for a trade while not making him available for the trade. And I was like, okay, you're giving me a nothing burger here. And then he said the words. Anybody that's interested, we got the picture for that. Oh. I like the spreads on it. Okay. Yes. Oh, Big Daddy Joe, so am I. Like, I was so nervous. I was like, oh, I have to shave. I messed up. And then it didn't jinx us. I thought it did in the first half. I was like, this is all going to be me. Joshua Santos, you are. I mean, me too. But I would too, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But Mike Florio, he like teased us. He said the one team that would be extremely interested if they actually made A.J. Brown for a trade would be the New England Patriots. Justin Simmons still available. Hope we get a blockbuster trade.
I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't think you're done. I really don't.
I don't think so. I think there's one more move going to happen. I think this was the
preliminary trades that, like, okay, this is what we're doing to just kind of clean out the shit right now, right? Because, like, you're not a perfect football team. Nobody is outside of maybe the Colts right now. That seems to be the only team playing perfect football.
You guys, You guys, the Broncos should have beat them.
Well, yes, the Broncos should have.
It became on a BS leverage call.
The Broncos are playing very hot football as well. However, I think these were the two moves that they were like, okay, we're just kind of like dusting it up to make one big, really huge offer. And that could be like, could that be A.J. Brown? Could that be, Jacoby Myers? There's a lot of players that you could go after and really make that last splash play.
Stephen Whitehouse, I see your question. I see a lot of people talking, I see a couple people talking about Justin Simmons. Roland Israel, why is Simmons a free agent? His stats look good because, he just doesn't fit a lot of people's roster. He's getting up there in age. He's a free agent for a reason. When will Kyle Williams break out? Your boy Trav knows about #Patriots. Mr. Swiss, you'll get on the mailbag, but I didn't see you put in a question. Jose Cruz, are you joking right now? You trolling me? Justin Fields, get out of here. Get out of here. Which current Patriot has the best Patriot way vibes on or off the field? That's a good question.
It's Drake May.
It's Drake May. It's got to be Drake May. I want to say it's Diggs. He's kind of completely turned it around from the boat incident back in the beginning of the offseason. Before I went live, I see your question. I see it. Will there be a blockbuster trade before
Mr.
the
Swiss
deadline?
is in there. Yeah, he's got his fast
in
there.
We'll get that. We'll get you in there this week. You deserve it. Of course. Let me hold on. Unlike you, I want to get my prize picks read up so we don't have to do that. Yeah. The photo should be in there for the prize picks matchup. If not, I can put that in there real quick. I don't think it actually is, Okay, give me 1 second. Because I'm going to put that in there right now. Almost ready to go. Keep getting your questions in, people. Photos. PP. Photo full screen. All right, it should be in there. My lineup should be in there. $2 super chat coming in from Henry. Will we get any big Patriots news tonight? I want to say no, but it seems like Elliott Wolf always makes moves at night. And I'd rather not have him make moves at night. What are your thoughts on Borgalis? That's a good question. Xavier. Who's available at defensive back? Who is available at defensive back? I don't want Asante Samuel. Jacob or Jakob, however you say it. No, we will not trade for Mac Jones. That ship has sailed. T-Dub, I like that question. a lot. Keep getting your questions in. We'll start it. We'll have our preview, getting into it, talking about the Patriots against the Falcons. And Moose, make sure you're mic'd up for that one. I'm going to ask you some questions about the Falcons. Specifically, it involves your offensive coordinator and how bad the man is.
Can we forfeit the game? Is that possible? Is that a possibility?
I hope so. All right, let's get into it. Previewing the Patriots versus the Falcons. A big matchup for the Patriots this upcoming Sunday against a team that I like to just say, well, I have no idea if they're good or they are bad. 6-2 going on, trying to make a 6-game winning streak. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. The vibes are immaculate going into this game. You beat one of the best defenses in the NFL. And now you're going up against a pretty solid defense, but it's just like last week. This defense is really good, and this offense is just kind of mid. But when talking about the Falcons, What the hell are they? No one has any clue, any idea if the Falcons are good or if they are bad. And what do I mean by that? Why do I mean we have no idea if they're good or bad? Well, we'll get into that in a second because sometimes they win against big teams and sometimes they get blown out by the really, really bad ones. Before we get into it, I got a goal for us. Let's get to 35,000 before the watch party on Sunday. And if we get to 35 before the watch party on Sunday, maybe I'll cut that super chat menu in half for us. We are 381 subs away from 35,000. It's a huge milestone on this channel. So if you want daily videos, if you want weekly live shows, make sure you sub from a Patriots fan himself. Let's talk about the Falcons this season and what they have been as a whole. Week 1 against the Buccaneers, a loss. Then you blow out the Vikings 22-6. You look really, really good in that game. You make J.J. McCarthy look like a pedestrian. But then you get blown out by the Panthers 30-0, and the very next week the Panthers get blown out by the Patriots. Then you beat the Commanders. Then you beat the Bills. You beat the Buffalo Bills 24-14. You beat them easy. And then you lose to the 49ers. And then you get the doors blown off of you by the Miami Dolphins, who are one of the biggest laughingstocks of the NFL. None of this makes any type of sense. And I know in that Dolphins game, it was Kirk Cousins. But it's the Dolphins. You just beat with your defense primarily because you held Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to 14 points. You beat the Bills, and then your defense allows 34 to Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I've watched them every single week, watching Michael Penix, watching Bijan Robinson, who was probably the best running back in football, in my opinion. But then sometimes they look good, and sometimes it's just like, what the hell is going on? Here's their defense, which I think carries them for most of the team. I mean, you see their yards per game. They're only allowing 275. They locked down Josh Allen. They made J.J. McCarthy look like terrible. Defense is specifically their specialty when you look at their team. They're really bad in rushing, though. And their points per game, only 22 points per game. Their third down percentage is 21st. But their passing yards, they hold an average of only 150. And Drake Maye's been averaging 250 yards per game the last 4 games. That's what the Patriots rely on. It's complete opposite. The Patriots rely on their passing game, and the run game is pretty terrible. Well, this is complete opposite with the Falcons. They make you run the ball. So their offense, though, that's where it gets really, really bad. And when it involves Michael Penix, which he's expected to come back this week, it still doesn't matter if it's Michael Penix, Kirk Cousins, whatever wide receivers you have. It does not make any sense right now. And it's supposed to be Moose, the advanced analytics, if we have that. Yeah. So Zach Robinson is the offensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons, and these are the advanced stats for the Falcons. 28th in points per game. They are 15th in first downs. Fourth quarter points per game, they are dead last. They completely fall apart in the fourth quarter. Their touchdowns per game, they cannot score in the red zone. They cannot do an absolute thing. And their points per game, points per play, is one of the worst in the NFL. Moose, if you want to get on the mic and just chime in as the Falcons Today host and just say how bad you think Zach Robinson's offense is. I know you've talked about it. I've watched it, and it's not very good.
It's the worst offense I think I have seen this football season. They're dead last in play action rate.
Yep.
They've got one secret weapon. It's Bijan. And when teams take away Bijan, there's literally nothing else. The Falcons are also one of the most injury-riddled teams this year, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Penix has a bone bruise in his knee. Drake London's got a hip issue. If you can take away Bijan, I mean this in the most sincere way possible, you will beat the Falcons. He's the only reason that this team has been viable throughout the first couple of weeks.
And it kind of reminds me specifically of, I see someone in our live chat now while we're recording this saying that it's kind of similar to Cleveland. Well, Cleveland's offense is terrible and their defense is great. Well, that's kind of the similar kind of thing with the Atlanta Falcons. The offense is awful and their defense is kind of solid, but they also have one piece, and that is Bijan Robinson. But last week it was Kirk Cousins. This week, it's probably going to be Michael Penix Jr. And we got a tweet earlier from Adam Schefter. Well, that was one from Taryn Wack, but we got a tweet from Adam Schefter that it was Michael Penix is expected to return this season, or this week. We do not have it? Oh, that is the one? Well, the Falcons, yeah, you can see from Zach Robinson. We got to fix it. We got to fix it fast. Last 2 weeks, we're not reflective of what we built. That's how bad Zach Robinson's offense is. But Michael Penix is going to return this week. And he has done a lot better than Kirk Cousins. But there's also some things about Michael Penix that I like, and there's a lot of things that I don't like. I mean, I don't think lefty quarterbacks really succeed in the NFL. We've seen it over the past couple of years with Tua. He's kind of fallen apart. But Penix has been solid. I'm not going to say he's been good. I'm not going to say he's been bad. 85 QB rating, 3 interceptions, 5 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. It's kind of just like he's your middle-of-the-pack quarterback. I mean, second-year guy, just like Drake Maye. He didn't start all of 2024. He's coming back in 2025 in his second season. I think he's getting better, but he also is not mobile at all. He's not mobile like Drake Maye. He stands in the pocket because he has had multiple knee injuries. They're kind of cooked. But when it comes to talking about the Falcons and how they've played, you got to expect them to come out and play like it's going to be how they played against the Minnesota Vikings. Don't go into this game thinking, well, they played the Dolphins like this. That's how it should be. No, you have to expect them to the good Falcons come out. You have to lock down Bijan Robinson. And I'll talk about it on my keys to victory, on what specifically the Patriots are going to need to do to win this game. But you got to expect that the team that came out against the Vikings, the team that came out against the Commanders, the team that beat the Buffalo Bills is going to show up on Sunday against the New England Patriots. But the Patriots, I think Mike Vrabel and company have gotten this team locked up and not overlooking any single game, or they would have lost one of those trap games that we've played the last 3 weeks when it involves the Saints, the Titans, and of course, well, you could have lost to the Panthers too, but that's here nor there. Type it down who you got down in the comments. Give me an NY for New England, or if you're a lone Falcons fan. Well, if you're a Falcons fan watching this, go to Falcons Today because we have a Chat Sports channel for that. Coming up, I got the injury report from both teams and a little surprise to the injury report for the Patriots on Wednesday, but I think he might just be okay. But before that, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. The hard-hitting football season is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if your picks are right, you could cash in. Prize Picks embedded a flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if your picks won't hit. Prize Picks is the best ways to win cash this football season. I made a lineup, and it involved a game that happened on Tuesday. I had Karl Anthony Towns, the more on 12 rebounds. Well, guess what? He had exactly 12, so that cuts it out. It's down to these two in my lineup. Bijan, give me the less on his rushing yards. We know that Patriots defense is red hot. And Drake Maye, if you're going to give me less than 230, give me the more on that one. You can make a lineup just like that when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, well, you know going into this that you're not going to have Keion White, you're not going to have Kyle Duggar that have both been gone from a trade. But going into the Patriots injury report that comes out on Wednesday, there was a new addition to the report. And you can see Ramondre Stevenson was not there with a toe injury. I do like to say you could see limited. Christian Barmore, he hasn't been practicing at all on Wednesdays. Garrett Bradbury, limited with a toe injury. Stephon Diggs showed up with an ankle, but I expect him to play. And Kyrus Tonga said his knee is completely fine. You saw him leave the game on Sunday, but he said, I'm all right, just a little bit sore. But then you look at the Falcons injury report. Storm Norton is most likely back with a foot injury. Darnell Mooney, Jesse Bates, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Michael Penix, Jalen Walker, and Billy Bowman Jr. are all with a limited participation. We did see Drake London and Michael Penix miss last week's game, which was huge, and that kind of played into the factor of why they missed. And then your do not participate was Leonard Floyd, Casey Washington, and Zach Harrison. It's going to take a big game out of every single person, specifically on defense, because one of my main factors, my main keys, is that your defense is going to have to show up. Your defense is going to have to show up. Your offense, you kind of shows up every single game. But the main thing that I think that needs to happen, because, I mean, our producer Moose said it best, was stop Bijan Robinson. That's all you got to do. If you stop Bijan Robinson, you kind of win the game. Because on offense, well, he's their whole offense. You can see him if you watch the film. He is lined up out wide. He is lined up in the slot. He is lined up out behind in tailback. He's the best running back in football, in my opinion. People want to call Saquon Barkley the best running back in football. But no, I think Bijan Robinson is the most versatile back because you can, like the Falcons do, put him at wide receiver. You can put him at running back. You can use him all over the field. And the stats don't lie, man. I mean, 549 yards in just 7 games. He's on pace for 1,000 yards. 5.2 average. 4 touchdowns. He needs to get in the end zone more. But that is a Zach Robinson problem. Receptions, 33. Yeah, he's on pace for over 60 receptions. Probably going to get 1,000 yards in rushing and probably going to get 1,000 yards receiving. That's all you have to do. But this is a test for kind of both parties here. We know how good the Patriots defense is, and we know how good Bijan Robinson is. So that's one of the main factors because I know Bijan sees just how good the Patriots defense is, and watching other running backs that go up against the Patriots defense when it involves Christian Barmore, Kyrus Tonga, and of course Milton Williams, the absolute dog. This is the rushing yards by every single running back the Patriots have faced this season. Ashton Jeanty has had 38. Devin Achane has had 30. Jaylen Warren, 47. Chuba Hubbard, 49. James Cook, 49. Kamara had 30. Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears only combined for 40. And Quinshon Judkins, he did leave the game early, but he had 2.7 yards per carry before he left the game for only 19 yards. You can't run on this team. Good luck running up the middle. And when you go on the outside, Harold Landry and Kayvon Chason are right there waiting for you, and so is Robert Spillane and whoever's playing that second linebacker spot, whether it's Jelani Tavai or Christian Ellis. They have not allowed a 50-yard rusher yet this season. Do I think Bijan could be that first? Yeah, but do I think he's going to go off for 75, 100? Absolutely not. So stop Bijan Robinson, and you can win the game. The second one, run the football. Run the football. You saw the stats from earlier, how bad the Falcons offense or bad the Falcons defense is when running the ball. Or other teams are running the ball. They're allowing over 120 yards per game rushing. Well, last week, the Patriots had a really, really good, and I can just read off the stats for you, Moose. It's okay. But we know that TreVeyon Henderson finally had his breakout game. 75 yards, 7.5 yards per carry. He did fumble the ball going into the end zone, but I know that it's itching at him, and it's kind of pissing him off, but that's the one thing that matters. And the Falcons, they're really bad at run defense. Rush stuff rate of 17.6, which is 27th in the NFL. Well, the one thing about the Patriots is they're not getting any yards after contact because they're getting hit every single time before the line of scrimmage. That's one of the reasons why it's been so bad. Well, they suck. The Falcons suck at getting rush stops. So if you can get through those holes, downhill running, if Ramondre Stevenson is able to play and TreVeyon Henderson goes, he can burst the speed and have big plays. And guess what? If you have big plays in the run game, that sets up play action. And they finally got play action going a little bit on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns, and this is what happened. 6 for 7. 6-7. 88 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception in play action versus the Browns. It works. So if you can make that happen versus the Falcons, you're going to have a really, really good day on Sunday. Third one, I mean, we can speak for itself, honestly. Protect Drake Maye. Just every single week, that's a key factor. You do not want this man to get hurt. And Drake Maye, please slide. And in the first half of last week's game, he was not kept clean. Myles Garrett was eaten. Absolutely eaten. 4 sacks in the first half. It was 9-7 at halftime. At one point, it was 7-6. They couldn't move the ball down the field. They couldn't do anything. But in the second half, you gave Drake Maye time to throw the ball, and what happened? You ended up winning 32-13. It's going to take a big day out of Will Campbell because last week, I know we talked about how he kind of struggled a little bit, but when he went up against Myles Garrett, he struggled. When he went up against everybody else involving 20 snaps, he didn't allow pressure. He didn't allow a sack. He didn't allow a QB hit. Nothing happened. So I'm expecting a bounce-back game for Will Campbell. And my last key to victory, blitz the living hell out of Michael Penix. I said it earlier. He is stationary as hell. He is not quick. He is not fast. He is not mobile. If he rolls out, He's not scrambling. He's had multiple surgeries on his knees. And when he's kept clean, that's when he's really, really good. When he's not kept clean, that's when he's really, really bad. If you look at his clean pocket, it's like a 69% completion percentage, 1,100 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But when you put him under pressure, that completion percentage drops down to 41. The passing yards goes down to less than 300, 1 touchdown, and the QB rating goes to 63.6. And I know the Patriots can get pressure on that man. I know they can get pressure on the quarterback. I think Milton Williams could eat. I think Kayvon Chason could have a game. Harold Landry has had a lot of sacks this season. It's going to be a long day for this offense, and they're really going to have to try to figure something out with Bijan Robinson if they want to have any chance in this ballgame. But I think the Patriots are going to absolutely have a day, and they're going to go for their 6th straight win. Predict the score for me down in the comments section of Patriots versus Falcons. Let me know what it is, and if you're in our live chat right now, spam it down in the comments section. My score prediction? The Patriots keep scoring 30, so why not stop now? Give me a 31-17 victory for the New England Patriots. Give me 6 straight, and hopefully, the Kansas City Chiefs. We are Chiefs fans this week, people. I know it's shocking, but we're Chiefs fans this week because if they beat the Buffalo Bills, the Patriots are now a whole game ahead of the Bills in the AFC East. So it sucks, but you got to root for the Chiefs. But we will also be live, and we are going to be going crazy for this team right here. So go ahead, hit that sub button right now, and as always, let's go Pats. How was the player 2 comp wrong? I just took it from yours.
I don't know what's wrong with the
Matthew, how we doing? Stephen Whitehouse says Patriots 38-10. Dashy, honestly not too worried about Bijan. Our run defense has been on fire. What about in the passing game? Because if you put a linebacker on Bijan Robinson, it's gonna be a tough day. It's gonna be a tough day. Dre, why'd we trade that Kent dude? What do you mean? Gabriel, I see you with the $2 super chat. 3-28. 28-3, baby. 28-3. Remember, $5 super chats get you in for the raffle that we're giving away for this. Giving away this on Sunday. Last chance to get in. We will be giving it away on Sunday. I hate the Chiefs, Big Daddy Joe. $5 gets you in. I hate the Chiefs. I can't stand them. But I was talking to my dad, and we were like, well, we got to root for him on Sunday, don't we? Got to root for him on Sunday, unfortunately. Oh, because I'm going to root for the Chiefs, they'll probably get blown out by the Bills. Put Mapu back at safety? He's so bad at safety, man. They signed someone, which we will get into on this next cut. And there's not much to break down about his game because he's not that great. He didn't play. What if the Falcons play Cousins? It's most likely saying that he's going to play on Sunday. As the Falcons host who's producing,
we're like 95% sure that Michael Penix Jr. is going to play. But in the event that Kirk Cousins plays, he's even less mobile than Michael Penix Jr., which is a hard thing to be.
That's very hard.
Like, if Kirk Cousins plays, based off of what we saw against the Dolphins, you're going to kick the absolute you-know-what out of the Falcons.
Every time I watch the Falcons, I didn't watch the game against the Dolphins.
And here's what's even crazier. Kirk Cousins requested a trade today. He's a backup.
That is funny. Ooh. What's funny is every time I watch, and I will see Michael Penix roll out, and I'm like, take off running, dude. Take off running. He doesn't. He just sits in the pocket and lets people get to him. Joshua Santos, Falcons 6, Patriots 7. Justin Simmons is a vet we can use. I don't want people. They're free agents for a reason. Nobody has signed him for a reason because he's not good. Stephen Whitehouse, wish you luck for your upcoming bowling tournament, November 15th. Hey, good luck. Good luck, Stephen. I hope you win. Bowl of 300. Bowl a perfect game. 300. Dashy, surprised the NFL didn't flex the Bucs and Pats. I'm specifically surprised they didn't flex it to 425 because CBS has the option to kind of keep their game that they have so Sunday Night Football doesn't take it. But you can move the time. Why not move it to 425? Because it's at 1 o'clock, but Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are on the call. Chemistry 3 test, Drake Maye, Pats lover. Hey, I would have failed that in a heartbeat, so you're better than me. All right. Sauce Gardner, 2-year wonder. Watch out, EC. 2-year wonder. All right, so we're going to talk about some of the moves that the Patriots made, kind of recapping what happened all on Tuesday, and also what I think is going to happen. The more moves that could be happening for the New England Patriots. Are they going to make another trade? Are they going to make another signing? Let's get into the next segment. It was an absolute crazy day on Tuesday. Started off with a great news of an extension, and then 2 more trades happened. But are the Patriots done? I'm not 100% sure. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And the Patriots, they made 3 moves on Tuesday, but after a couple reporting from Diana Rossini, from Jeremy Fowler, from Adam Schefter, I don't know if they're done just yet. I think that the Patriots, instead of being sellers, they could be buyers going into the trade deadline. That is less than 1 week away. Tuesday on November 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That is when the trade deadline happens, and you have to get your trades in before that time. Let's just kind of recap everything that happened on Tuesday. During the morning day, they extended Marcus Jones a 3-year, $36 million contract. I thought he was going to get 45. He took the hometown discount, and he's staying with the New England Patriots up until 2028, which is a huge deal. He's been a lockdown corner. And then the moves that we were kind of expecting, that we were talking about on this channel for months at a time. The Patriots traded Keion White to the 49ers. They get a 6th-round pick and send a 7th-round pick over to the San Francisco. And then they traded Kyle Duggar to the Steelers. For the same thing, you get a 6th-round pick and a 7th round. A couple interesting thing. I haven't seen the Patriots officially announce that they've traded Kyle Duggar to the Steelers, but it's been reported by Adam Schefter. It's been reported by every single news reporter that we've seen so far. So you go down in the comments section. Grade the Patriots' moves on Tuesday for me. What do you think of these trades? What do you think of this extension? Give me an A, B, C, D, or F down in the comments section. I'm going to give it a B. I think that it's going to be an absolute, I think it was a B. I'm not going to say it's going to go out there and be like, oh, A+. You didn't make a trade just yet to bring someone in. But here's some details that we did not see on the video that I posted yesterday about the Kyle Duggar trade. And we know that he had a gigantic contract, a 4-year, $58 million. And this comes from Ian Rappaport, that the Patriots will be paying $5.4 million that's left of his original base salary of the $9.75 this season. The final 2 years of the contract have been wiped out, and he will be a free agent after this year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That helps the Patriots in salary cap. And what do I mean by that? Is if they kept him, well, they would have been $9 million in the dead cap going into 2026. And that's a lot less money that you could have when you have to kind of pay extra players for free agency. Or more importantly, there's a guy that is eligible for an extension after this season, Mr. Christian Gonzalez. And you already locked up Marcus Jones yesterday. So I want him to get extended, be the highest paid cornerback in the NFL because he absolutely deserves it. He's a lockdown defender. And you could call me crazy. He's the best cornerback in football. Best cornerback in football. Tape don't lie. Now, the Patriots did make another move since they traded away Keion White and also Kyle Duggar. They had 2 spots on the roster. And no surprise, we talked about this on the channel a couple days ago. I think it was a couple days ago, that the Patriots signing Terrell Jennings to the 53-man roster, 33 yards on 7 attempts this season, still working out the numbers and details. But Terrell Jennings, he's been elevated 3 times throughout the last couple of games, the last couple of weeks with Antonio Gibson being hurt. and we knew that he was coming up. He was doing the special teams, but the Patriots have officially signed him to the 53-man roster. He will be your third back on the team when you have Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. And also, Ramondre showed up on the injury report today, so if he doesn't play, Terrell Jennings is probably going to get a lot. Not much stats. I mean, he's only played in a couple games this year, 7 carries for 33 yards. I mean, solid 4.7 yards per carry. But the main thing that I like seeing from Terrell Jennings is that he has been really good on special teams. He's been returning kicks. We saw Travion Henderson come back this week and return kicks for the Patriots, but he's also been in the backfield. And he also made a tackle. He made a tackle on punt return and kick return team, which I thought was crazy. When he made the tackle, I'm like, oh, that's Terrell Jennings. But now that they've signed him, I know the rumors that have been circulating. We saw it from Mike Reese that, hey, the Patriots are still looking for a running back. Mark it off. Mark it off. You don't sign Terrell Jennings off the practice squad. You just keep him there if you really, really, really didn't think that you were going to be able to make a trade. You don't sign him and then, oh, hey, guess what? You're just going to immediately cut him. It doesn't make any type of sense. Mark off going for a trade. So Terrell Jennings is a part of this team. And the Patriots, with the other roster spot, and you sent over a safety, John Saunders, he was signed off the Dolphins practice squad on the 53-man roster, played at Mississippi in 2024, leading the SEC in turnovers, went undrafted. He was an undrafted free agent, and he hasn't played in this season, but you can see the versatility. You can play multiple roles. You can play safety. You can play linebacker, strong safety, full safety, box safety, whatever the Patriots want to have. And Mike Vrabel and Zach Kerr, Terrell Williams, they really like this guy. He played in the preseason a lot, and he was actually pretty solid. 4 tackles. I mean, he allowed 6 targets on 4 receptions, 1 interception in the preseason. He didn't play in the regular season, so we can't really scout him too much, but I will say that the Dolphins gave him an absolute bag to be an undrafted free agent and sign with him and then stayed on the practice squad. Here's his RAS score if you guys were just wondering on the tangibles that he has. Super fast guy with the 3-cone drill. The vertical's crazy. The broad jump's crazy. He's 6 foot. I think 6 foot 2 inches, 211 pounds. He is your prototypical safety, and your RAS score is 8.60 overall. He is an athlete, and he is going to fit on this roster, and you needed a safety. I said it yesterday in the Keon White video. I said, don't trade Kyle Duggar. You need depth. And 5 minutes later, what did they go do? Trade Kyle Duggar. But Craig Woodson, Jalen Hawkins, Del Pettis, Brennan Schooler, and John Saunders Jr. is your safety depth. You just got to knock on wood, man. Because Hawkins and Craig Woodson have been lockdown safeties. They've been really good as of late. And I don't want to go into Del Pettis. I'm proud he's on the team, but he's not that great. He's not that great. Please, stay healthy. Stay healthy, Craig. Stay healthy, Jalen. I need you guys to stay healthy. So I'm knocking on wood, and you don't jinx it with me. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon. If you're not one of those people to like the video, you're jinxing it. You're jinxing it. So go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon right now. I'm going to tell you guys about just the moves the Patriots could make and the big moves I think are coming, because I don't think that they are done. I really don't. I really, really don't. But before we do that, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks, so the weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if your picks are right, you can cash in. Prize Picks, did you know they invented the flex play? Which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if your picks don't hit. And that is a perfect example of this lineup right here. I went into basketball and I had the more on Karl Anthony 12 rebounds. Well, he got exactly 12. So you mark that one out, and we got these 2 left. Give me the less on Bijan Robinson, 75.5 rush yards on Sunday's game, and give me the more on Drake Maye, 228.5 passing yards. He's done it every single week, guys. It's right there. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, so Patriots made 2 moves yesterday. They're done being sellers. I think that going into next week's trade deadline, I don't think the Patriots are done. We have heard rumors throughout the last couple of weeks that the Patriots are looking to add to this team. We've heard Mike Vrabel say it. We've heard Elliott Wolf say it, that the Patriots are looking long-term. They're always looking to build this roster. Well, after the Keion White trade happened, Diana Rossini tweeted this out. She said, the Patriots aren't done yet. It's expected to round the league for them to still be sellers, which ended up being Kyle Duggar, and then buyers before November 4th. So they're still going to be buyers. They're looking to add to their team. And then Bobby Thompson, who's a great follow on Twitter that covers the Patriots, it gave the Patriots, with those trades, $60.5 million in cap space, the most in the NFL. They have the money to now move more assets or make a move or two. So I think they can make any type of move that they want. They have so much cap space that they could bring in whoever they wanted. And Jeremy Fowler, he had an article that came out this morning that talked about the potential moves that the Patriots could make. He said they made 2 moves Tuesday and might not be done. Adding a pass rusher is a potential option for New England, which sent safety Kyle Duggar to Pittsburgh and defensive end Keion White to San Francisco. New England will gauge the market for availability. Right now, the plan is to keep veteran edge rusher Anthony Jennings, who was a trade candidate in the preseason. And when I bring up the edge room, now that you kind of don't have Keion White, you have Kayvon Chason, Harold Landry, Caleb Murphy, who's your guy off waivers, Elijah Ponder, and Anthony Jennings. I think that they are going to need to 100% bring in someone else. You need some depth at the edge position. I don't like a free agent. I don't like a rookie. I don't like a guy that just you got off waivers. And Anthony Jennings, I love you, man. You're a great run defender, but you can't rush the quarterback at all. So go out and make a trade. And I'm just going to keep talking about this until the trade deadline happens. And Cat Teeth, I see you in the comments during our live section right now. You guessed it, bud. Arden Key. He'd be a perfect fit for this Patriots team. He was with Mike Vrabel and the Titans back in 2023 when he was still with them. And he could get to the quarterback. He has veteran presence to the locker room. Just provide some depth. He hasn't played much this season. He's only played 5 games, and he's kind of been dealing with a couple injuries. But once you get healthy, the Patriots still have 10 more games to go. You see with those stats from last year. This is once 2023 when he was in the Mike Vrabel type of defense. 30 tackles, 6 sacks, 4 tackles for loss. Last year, 6.5 sacks, 42 tackles. He is a perfect edge rusher, perfect defender to have that depth type of piece for this Patriots team. And he's not going to cost much. The Titans are a dumpster fire. The Titans suck. They're giving away players for free. Yeah, you could get a pick swap for this guy. All you got to do is just send him over a 6th, and you now have 2 more trades, 2 more draft picks from the trades that you just made to go out and make a trade specifically for a guy like Arden Key. So Mike Vrabel and Elliott Wolf, make this happen. Make it happen. Bring in some edge depth. You tell me who's a player you would trade for. Go down in the comments section right now. If you're in the live chat, type it down in the live chat. We'll give you some shout outs once we get back out of this segment. That's going to do it for the latest episode of Patriots Today. Less than a week away from the NFL trade deadline, and I think the Patriots are going to making some moves. So when they do, we'll make a video, and that's why you subscribe to the channel. As always, let's go Pats. You guessed it, Cat Teeth. You guessed it. Vicious tuna, yeah. It's literally like, we tried burning it, we tried shredding it, but in the end, we just decided to give it all away. I'm getting back in line. There's been multiple people to say that the Patriots are going to trade for a running back. I just don't see it happening. If you weren't going to, if you had plans, you wouldn't have signed Terrell Jennings. Hey, Terrell, we like you. Come on up to the 53-man roster. 2 days later, yeah, we're cutting you. Doesn't make any sense, man. Doesn't make any sense. Gabriel coming in with a 2. 28-3. And then Colby Mead. What's good, Colby Mead? Hello. $2 super chat coming in to you guys. Better slot option for Drake, possibly. How many questions do we got? We got our mailbag coming in. Lips, Mackenzie. I'd be 100% for that. I would 100% get perfect. I'd be 100% for that, but the Titans have said, we're not trading him. They said, we're not trading him. Yeah, would you rather have Olave or Rashid Shaheed? And I hope Saints man Trace is out there so the Patriots can trade for Rashid Shaheed. He's not. Damn. KB. Darn it. What's good, Charlicia? How we doing? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Jacoby Myers, Joshua Santos? He's going to get traded. Jacoby Myers is going to get traded. Jacoby Myers is going to get traded. But the question is, why would the Patriots want him? Dante Thornton Jr.? Okay. Is your account? It's still hidden, Matthew? Bro, I looked. I even subscribed to your channel on this Patriots channel. How is that possible? How is that possible? I don't get it. I don't get it. I am sorry. Maybe I'll just unblock everybody or unadd everybody. Maybe you have a different type of name. I don't know. I hate to see that happen. I don't think they did, Matthew. I don't think they did. But we got to get into this mailbag. Keep asking your questions because we got to answer your questions from Patriots fan to Patriots fans yourself. So let's get into it. Our latest Patriots mailbag. Another week. Another great segment where we get to ask all of your questions from our live show on a mailbag video. Welcome into Patriots Day by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And this time it's another kind of iffy matchup. We really don't know if the Falcons are good or if the Falcons are bad. But right now they have a 3-4 record, and they're coming into Foxborough, Massachusetts to play at Gillette Stadium. You can see right there the Patriots are 6-point favorites. 6-2. Trying to go to 7-2 and win their 6th straight game. So before we get into the questions, go down in the comments section right now. Let me know who you got. You got the Patriots? Type your NEs. Or if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, well, go to Falcons Today. Those are videos right there that you can watch that are Falcons-based. This is Patriots right here. Patriots Today, baby. Type those NEs down in the chat. Let's get it started. Fear Stick. Justin Simmons is still available and hope we get a big blockbuster trade. Look, man, I know Justin Simmons has been a solid player in the past, but he is a free agent for a reason. 100% a free agent for a reason. I know Asante Samuel's still out there. I know, look it. Zadarius Smith is a perfect example of an edge rusher that I was like, ooh, let's go get him. And he waited until about 2 weeks before the season. The Eagles picked him up. He did absolutely nothing and then retired because he realized he didn't have it anymore. That's kind of the same thing I see with Justin Simmons. If he has not been signed by, what day is it? October of this recording, 29th? What is that? Why would anybody else go out and sign him? There's a reason he's not an NFL team. And I would rather go and get the guy like that the Patriots just signed, an undrafted free agent, bring him over and just see the potential that he has rather than a washed up safety. Henry! Shout out to your $2 super chat, Henry. Will we get any big Patriots news tonight? I don't know. It's a big question. I didn't think we were going to get any Patriots news on Tuesday, and then they ended up making 2 different moves. You made the trade for Keon. You traded Keon White to the 49ers. You traded Kyle Duggar to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which, by the way, is absolutely hilarious. The Pittsburgh Steelers think they're getting this absolute star they're like, oh, let's put him in coverage against Tyler Warren. GG's, my guy. Good luck. Good luck. But no, I think the Patriots are going to make moves. Now, whether it's tonight, I don't know. And as it's recording, it's Wednesday. But I would probably think that they're going to make something by next week. Now, if they do not make it tonight, don't expect anything to happen until Monday because you're not going to trade a person right before you start to gear up for game day. T-Dub! More trade questions. Do you think Vrabel would trade for defense or for offense? It depends on what the Patriots are specifically looking for. And we know that Mike Vrabel has talked about how he wants to make moves that are going to be long-term moves, that are going to help the Patriots in the future. So right now, do you really want to trade for a running back when you already just picked up Terrell Jennings? Like, you could trade for Jerome Ford. You could trade for Jerome Ford or Damian Pierce. Or if you can get Breece Hall, bring him in. But you're not going to go out and do that. But I would assume something on defense. I would assume an edge rusher. I would assume bring in an edge guy that you could put a bunch of depth on this team, and some guy that is going to be here not just 1 year, but also a couple of future years. I would expect a bunch. Like the moves that you made so far, you extended Marcus Jones that are 3 years, $36 million, which is a long-term deal. Make note, that is a long-term deal. He gets locked up until 2028. You traded Keion White, who you get picks for that. Then you traded Kyle Duggar. You get not only you get off of the salary cap, you kind of get more draft picks. But I think that there are multiple needs for this team, and you need an edge rusher, and you also could use a wide receiver. But the question is, do you really want to trade for a wide receiver right now, and what you're going to have to give up? That's the true question. Are you going to be willing to give up like a big draft pick for just a iffy wide receiver? But Mike Reese and Ben Zolak, they came out with an article and they kind of collaborated. And this is what they said. Both Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed should be targets for the Patriots, but Shaheed would probably cost less and also fits nicer into the spread the wealth style of quarterback Drake Maye. Shaheed brings a field-tipping speed element that is woefully absent in New England's current receiving corps, and he could be easily extended by keeping plenty of salary cap space for a gigantic wide receiver 1 contract in March. Honestly, I'd be down for Rashid Shaheed. I don't really want to trade for Chris Olave, but I don't want to trade for any running back or any wide receiver right now, specifically because you don't really need to. With how good Drake Maye is playing, with how good Quinshon Judkins is playing, Diggs looks like he's in his prime still. You don't need to. You have the depth with Pop Douglas. So do you really want to go out and fish for another wide receiver, try to give a different type, or try to give out draft picks? You're probably going to have to give out a 3rd-round pick. I like the receiving core now. Now, if this was 4 months ago, I would have been like, you better give a 2nd-round pick for a guy like Rashid Shaheed or for Chris Olave. But with how good Diggs is, how good Quinshon Judkins is, Mac Hollins is even playing great. He had like 80 yards last week. So I'm not trading. I'm okay. I'm okay. Give me an edge rusher. Give me an edge rusher. Give me an edge rusher. I'll ask you guys, because this is a topic of discussion a lot. Should the Patriots trade for a wide receiver? Now in the offseason, when A.J. Brown's available, get on the phone. But right now, trade deadline, I don't think so. I don't think the Patriots should trade for a wide receiver. Oh, Big Daddy Joe coming in every single week. Every single week. Another trap game. Yeah, I'm just going to keep saying they're a trap game. I'm just gonna keep saying it because the Patriots, they keep winning. You had a trap game against the Saints, you won it. You had a trap game against the Titans, you won it. You had a trap game against the Browns, you won it. Now you play the Falcons. Well, yeah. So I'm just gonna say I don't think it's a trap game. I think Mike Vrabel has got it covered. They ain't losing another game just because of overlooking someone. That's just not the Patriot way. GC Sports. What can you tell us about new Patriots safety John Saunders Jr.? Well, Producer Moose, we do have a couple of info about him with a player bio and also his RAS score. He comes over as an undrafted free agent. The Patriots signed him off of the Dolphins practice squad. He's a rookie, like I said, UDFA. Coming from Ole Miss, you can see the tangibles right there. Perfect safety, 6'2", 211 pounds, 4 tackles. Is okay in coverage, 6 targets on 4 receptions. He did have an interception to end the entire preseason, but he has just been a solid player. And it's a photo full screen, the RAS score. When you look at just how athletic this guy is, the Patriots have had their eye on this guy for a while. When I mean a while. I think that is a 8.6 RAS score. His bench is not that great. Only 14 reps. Wow, you can bench 225, 14. Try me, who can only do it 7. 211, his vertical jump is great. His broad jump is great. He's fast, 3-cone drill is fast, a 4-5, but he's at as a safety. I like this signing. It brings depth to your kind of safety room that needed it with Del Pettis, but overall, I like what the Patriots did. I said, don't trade Kyle Duggar because you don't know what you could have, but they went out and made a signing, and he was also, quick note before we move on to the next question, the Dolphins threw him a bag to sign with them as an undrafted free agent. That says something. Drake Maye, Pats lover. This team feels different. What moment made you start to believe in the new era? If you could describe the 2025 Patriots in one word, what would it be? Hope. Hope. One word is hope. It feels different. And what moment made me start to believe? Week 4 after the Steelers game. Because you bounced back perfectly after that Steelers game and you won. And it was, hey, you committed 5 turnovers. Like, oh, this is going to be a very, 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 rough time. And it's going to be a learning process. But since then, it's been awesome. Drake Maye's been great. This defense is starting to come together. They seem like they're just connected. Offense, defense. They really seem tight-knit, and you have a perfect bunch of leaders on this team, including the head coach, including the quarterback, including the wide receivers. I really, really love this team, and it makes me feel the best that I have felt since probably, the beginning of 2019, 2018 maybe. It feels awesome. It feels awesome, man. Before we get into a couple more questions, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less than 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if your picks are right, you could cash in. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money, even if your picks don't hit. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season. I'm in a lineup because, I love football, basketball. I love motorsports. The championship race is coming up this Sunday. I'm making a Prize Picks lineup. But I had the more on Carl Anthony, 12 rebounds. He finished with exactly 12, but that's okay. So now it's down to these 2. Less than 75.5 yards for Bijan Robinson, and the more for Drake Maye on more passing yards, 228.5. I think this is going to smack. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. I really like this team, man, and I hope that they can go in and not kind of just overlook the Falcons. Next week's game is a game that really, really, I think, should be a huge, huge play going into, because you play in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First true test. You're going up MVP candidate against MVP candidate. But don't overlook the Falcons right now. Just because you're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next week, you got to beat this first NFC South target. First NFC South target. It's going to be a little bit interesting. You can push it over, Moose. I guess we got old no name. Are there any other players who might get extended soon or you think should be? Now, old no name, that is a perfect question, because you saw our friend Marcus Jones get extended. And he got a really, really, really good contract. I actually was pretty excited about this because the day before I said, hey, go out and extend him tomorrow or the next day. Just get it done as soon as possible. And the very next day they did it. Come from Rap Sheet, and that was Marcus Jones's contract extension. 3 years worth $36 million. New England keeps a good one home. He's been on a breakout year, man. An absolute breakout year. But the guy I think should be extended next, well, he gave him a big shout out on Instagram after getting that contract. And if you could see that right up there, it's Mr. Gonzo himself. Big money. Congrats, bro. You deserve every single penny. Well, guess what? Christian Gonzalez deserves every single penny that he's going to get soon. And after this season, he is eligible for a contract extension. His rookie contract does expire in 2027, but he's eligible after this year for an extension. And we all know that Christian Gonzalez is one of the best cornerbacks in football, if not the best cornerback in football, and the stats do not lie. Against the Cleveland Browns, this is officially, he said, yeah, my feet are getting back under me. 38 covered snaps, 4 targets, 1 catch allowed, 2 yards allowed, 3 pass breakups, 1 tackle, 3 total tackles. 38 coverage snaps, and they only targeted this man 4 times. They're not even looking towards his way. It's just not happening. He has like 191 snaps in coverage, and they've targeted him 19 times. That's how good he is. They're just not looking at his way. So get it done ASAP. Sign the contract. Give him $150 million, which is probably what he's going to get. He's going to reset the cornerback markets because right now Sauce Gardner is the highest paid cornerback in football. And Gonzo is way better than Sauce. And it's just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up. And he is the next cornerback to get paid. So I think that he's going to be the highest paid cornerback in NFL history. It's going to happen, and he's eligible to do it after this season. So make it happen, Mike Vrabel. Make it happen, Elliott Wolf. But if you guys are one of the lone people that don't think it should happen, well, you can go down in the comments section and tell me. Give me an S for sign if you think they should extend Christian Gonzalez, or give me a P for pass. That's going to do it for the latest mailbag edition of Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Make sure you hit that sub button so you don't miss out on our watch party on Sunday. And as always, let's go Pats. Live your day positive. Brett, we love Juice World. Hell yeah, we love Juice World. Oh, we got a $2 super chat. Anthony Sanchez. We need edge depth. Pass rush has been lacking. I don't say the pass rush has been lacking, but I would like some extra, like an extra player on this. And I said it, Arden Key. Give me Arden Key right now. Joshua Santos. We still need 2 guards, a center, and a right tackle. I disagree with Owenu. Is too out of shape and inconsistent. Bradbury sucks. Morgan Moses too old. Wilson too raw. Joshua Santos, I will agree with you on Moses being old. I think Garrett Bradbury has just been fine. I think he's been fine. Wilson too raw. You don't sign a guard. You let him develop. You let Jared Wilson develop. Now, Mike Owenu, he's average. He's just average. Anthony Sanchez, we got 1 sack last time. Shout out to the $2 super chat. All good. Jay Sylvia, Brett Pats. What do you mean by that? The dude on Twitter? I mean, I follow him. We know each other personally. But that's not me. I am the Real Alper on Twitter. If you want to give me a follow, at the Real Alper. That's a good comment. We got 1 sack. Well, because Dylan Gabriel was throwing the ball within 2 seconds. As long as you can get pressure to the quarterback, that's all I care about. The sacks are the sacks. But if you can get pressure, and if you're winning games and you're holding them to points, that's all that matter. Borgalis? Jay Sylvia, you know about Brett Pats on Twitter? Yeah, we got 1 sack. You like D Buggy's comment? So when can we expect a fight with the Titans host? No, look at his comment. So when can we expect a fight with the host of Titans today? Soon. Shout out to you, Big Daddy Joe. I still need your Big Daddy Joe. Email me your size for jersey. I still got to ship it out. I'm waiting because I sent you an email asking for your size because I don't want to send you like a large or an extra large or it's too big, too small. I don't know. Jay, I was in that group chat. I got you. Okay, we'll get it done. I have your address, so that'll be done. Yeah, Jay, I was in that group chat. Yes, yeah, I was in that group chat too. I was also in that group chat. There was a dude named Cohen. Prime. I'm still in all those group chats. Well, the Brett Pats one, they don't like me. Anthony Sanchez, where did I get that clean hoodie? Well, it's not clean because it catches on to some things. But this is from 2019. This is like their performance hoodie back in the day. And I love it. I have lost all of my Patriots hoodies. I've lost the 2014 conference championship hoodie. I've lost a 28-3 hoodie. I was all. You probably follow me. You're all good, Big Daddy Joe. I just wanted to get it out to you. This was over a month ago. You won it. Almost a month ago. But, all right. We got to get on out of here. Yep. Rage, I agree. What trade rumor or update? Well, you missed it, Maverick McDonald. We said we might trade for a wide receiver when we said we might trade for a running back. You're all good, Big Daddy Joe. You're all good. Jay, appreciate you, bro. I mean, you could see me on Twitter at the Real Albert. You probably follow me. But we will be live on today's Wednesday. We'll be live on Sunday for Patriots versus Falcons live watch party. You're not going to want to miss out. We're going to have a lot of fun. We do every single week on Patriots Today. Join the almost 35,000. If we get to 35,000 by kickoff, I'll slice the super chat menu in half, and we will have a fun day. We'll have a fun day. We'll guys see you on Sunday. And as always, let's go, Pats.